Friends, angel member Daniel S. from Illinois had this to say. I love how the angel membership allows you to really get to know yourself and your angels in an open and inclusive way. There is freedom to explore on one's own terms and schedules, and it doesn't matter where one is on his, her, their spiritual journey. The information is easily understandable and presented in a friendly and welcoming fashion. It helped me get back into my relationship with God, my loved ones on the other side, and my angels. Even though I'm not able to make all of the events, I feel like the amount that I do has opened my heart back into a relationship with God, one that is on our own terms. As a result, I felt Spirit's presence and guidance in so many ways, which has brought on many different miracles in my life. All I had to do was come in with an openness to learn and then receive. That was from Daniel S. in Illinois, sending you so much love, Daniel. Thank you so much for being part of the angel membership. I have loved getting to know you over the last year. Send in lots of love to all my angel members. Beautiful soul, have you ever wanted to speak to angels? Do you believe angels can support you in your daily life? If this is you, go to my website homepage, theangelmedium.com, and sign up for my weekly angel message email. As a gift for signing up, I'm giving you access to free resources, including 31 healing meditations that, if you do daily, are going to help you hear your angels and your own intuition more clearly. Start using these today, and you'll see changes in 31 days. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the presence of your angels as they fill you with love, joy, peace, bliss, and ease. And remember, your angels say the messages that resonate with you in today's episode are meant just for you. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. Friends, today's episode is something really fun. It is a session that I did last spring, 2022, but it's brand new. You've never heard it before. So I am just going to let you dive into today's episode, and I'll meet you over on Instagram at Angel Podcast, and you can let me know what you think. All my love to you, friends. Here's the episode. Okay. So, large angel team. Lots of angels on your spirit team. You've been very spiritual since you were a little kid. Okay. You are one of those that I talk about that the seraphim says that you did not raise your hand, you were tapped, and you were asked to come. Okay?
Okay.
I feel like you're here today because we need to work through a couple of different things. Archangel Michael is right next to the seraphim. The seraphim say you have big purpose here. They want to talk about your gifts, which I don't always talk about in sessions, but they're having me line them out. Archangel Michael says that you're really scared to step into this because you're kind of fear-filled of the what ifs or how you're going to make it as a healer yourself. And he actually had me write, God will provide for you.
Sorry.
No.
I might cry a little bit.
That's okay. That's okay. I want you to know that any crying, let it out. Don't try and stop it because it's emotion releasing from your physical body that you need to release in order to unlock that energy and really step into a new energy here today. Okay?
Okay.
Gifts. Lots of gifts. You know that you've been called to be a healer. You don't know how to start.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this first thing because it's a little bit of a block for you. You're also scared about how other people are going to receive this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what that is for you.
I am very scared that people won't take me seriously or kind of like won't, I'm not I'm not a credible source, I guess is the hold back there.
Yeah. Okay. Your angels keep flickering back to your memories that there have been so many times and instances where people come to you and need to just talk to you or vent to you, and you don't know where, but just divine information flows through you.
Yes.
Okay.
Very prophetic kind of like words come sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Counselors do this all day long. Therapists do this all day long. Some doctors do this all day long. You need the skill. You need to understand the fundamentals. You need to understand how this works. And the reason behind that is because that's going to give you the credibility that you're looking for. But the other thing that your angels say, here's what I want you to know, and what the seraphim just said, is if we're early on in the number of waves of healers that are going to rise within our lifetime, then right now, right here, right now, what's happening is a lot of the healers that are asking to step up are teachers. In the first waves, there are a lot of teacher healers that are being asked to step up. Why? Because they know that there are going to be so many more waves. Like, right? If we're on the third, fourth, fifth wave of healer, like right now.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 14 waves of healers in our lifetime. We're at the forefront. We're at the beginning.
Okay.
And if there's all these healers coming behind us, we need to be knowledgeable in order to teach them how to do this work. So you know that you have a gift. Like a person who goes into sales in work, the people who hire for people who are doing sales in work aren't really looking for skill. They're looking for the person who is a natural born salesperson. Because that's something you can't teach.
Right.
Right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay. So you are a natural born healer. You have it. It's within you. But now you need to understand how to unlock it. You need to understand how it works. You need to understand the intricacies of it, because there's so many people that are going to be coming to you to learn this information, and you're going to have to know how to teach it.
Okay.
Okay. So when they had me write down your gifts, they had me write down leader. They had me write down teacher. And they had me write down messenger.
Okay. Healer
is just assumed within all of it. Okay. Archangel Sarah, not Archangel. I sometimes make that mistake. Seraphina just said, you have gone through different phases of your life where you have learned how to become an expert communicator.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
She goes, that was us dragging you through different lessons because we knew where you were going.
That makes it's like hindsight being 2020. That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's that communication that you have gained throughout the years, that skill that you are going to use so incredibly much. And let me explain this a little bit to you, Bridget, because what the seraphim want you to know is there are days where people try and lead me, and this happens all the time. I'm thinking of like 3 instances this week where people are trying to lead me where they want me to go. Okay. And there was a gentleman who called me, and he was like trying to get on the show and talking to me about like how basically using the word darkness a lot. And I was like, sir, I just don't believe the same way that you believe. And then using very manipulative language to try and like turn me to see his side. And he was even saying stuff like, I knew they told me you would say this. You need to see things this way. And I'm like, dude, there is no manipulation within spirit whatsoever. Like the language that you're using is very, very harsh, and it could lead to a psychological break in a lot of people. And I'm not putting you on my show, to bring people there.
Right.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
There's certain times in sessions where people are like, oh, it must be this person. And spirit's like, no, it's not this person. We need to talk about this person. And so communication comes in a ton with this. In order for you to not be steered where the client wants you to go or someone else wants you to go, but that you're really always following spirit's messages for you.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where this really comes in. And you really have to like stick to what you believe. You have to hold on to your truth, and you can't let go of that. And you have to stay in alignment, and you have to stay in flow, and just let the angels lead you. And they said you get nervous about that sometimes because you get confused by one piece, which is healers don't always have the answers right away.
Okay.
So there are sometimes, like they were walking me through a lesson this past year where from February until like mid-April, I am like, what are you trying to say? Like, gosh, darn it. This is the hardest. Like, it was literally one of the hardest things that they have ever pulled me through. And I'm like, why? What? And then, like you said before, hindsight is 2020, but it's never about you. It's about you understanding something in order to reach back and pull others forward.
Okay.
Okay. So throughout that entire process, I say that was one of the hardest times of my life. I still had an underlying peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still had my faith. I still knew that they were trying to show me something. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have to surrender a lot. We have to surrender our own expectations. We have to surrender the way that we think things should go, and really surrender to God knows, God's in charge, God's leading this thing, and I'm okay with that. Just show me the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to share that with you because Archangel Michael shows me that there's a lot of ways in which you're working through your own egoic mind. And there are so many people, Bridget, that you are here to help and to serve. And you can't do that if you're worried about how other people are going to perceive this. And if you're worried about, well, why am I not perfect as a healer? You're never going to be perfect. You're going to be going through stuff your entire life.
Yeah.
And it's your job to report back on that to the clients that are following you, because it's lessons that they need. It's a way that you're making their life easier by going through the lesson before them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, pretty, It's interesting because I manifested a lot prior to our meeting, and it's like all of the things that I thought that I wanted to touch on wasn't actually what it wasn't even what I like needed to hear. So this is very, very, very cool.
Good. Good. Friends, want a 5-day free trial of the Angel membership? Go to angelwellnesscenter.com/free trial to start your free trial today. You're not going to want to miss out on 2023 in the Angel membership. We're adding intuitive development circles, expert guest faculty teachers, 40 new pre-recorded energy healing sessions guiding you to hear your own angel messages, and content exclusively for kids. A whole year of new angel membership content starts January 1st, 2023. The angels call it a year of ease and healing the whole you, mind, body, and spirit. With topics like somatic healing and embodiment work, we're focused on spiritually healing the whole being through a journey of personal transformation. Plus, you'll get access to live events and past content. Sign up for your 5-day free trial now. One more surprise. We launched the Intuitive Kids podcast early. You can now listen everywhere podcasts are found. To celebrate, we're giving away dozens of prizes in a drawing for people who leave a 5-star positive review. So don't forget, leave a review of the Intuitive Kids podcast and separately sign up for your 5-day free trial of the Angel membership. We know you're going to love it. Details are in the show notes. Okay. So I want to dive into some other things. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you guys been married?
We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary in a couple weeks.
Yay! That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Did we talk about your people on the other side?
No.
Okay. Is dad on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently. Yeah.
Recently. Okay. Because
Mhm.
he was the first one that came through. And then are both of your grandmas on the other side? Because there's two female energies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to know dad, and then they're right behind him.
Okay.
But then there's also like a friend, a cousin, like somebody younger who passed before their time, but it's more like they're not babies. They're more like teens, 20-ish.
Oh, I have no idea who that would be. I might have to think about that.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay. I'm going to write that down because 20. Okay.
But I feel like it might be from the family because they're like standing up by dad.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah.
That's okay.
I know that there was a one of my uncles had a son that passed, but I never knew him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe just like find out like what age they were because, they're right up by your dad, and even though you don't know them, they're part of your spirit team.
Okay. That's very cool. Very cool.
Now do you have 2 kids?
Yes.
Okay. And where does the boy come in?
The boy is special. I mean, my daughter's very special too. So I had my son when I was 18, and my husband adopted him. And he's just always been one of those kids that there's something about him. You know, he's just a sweet guy.
That's awesome. How old is he though?
13.
Okay. There is a sign and symbol that spirit will show me for when they need me to communicate this information. And what they're saying is a couple of different things. It's almost like he is very, very highly sensitive within, but he doesn't like a lot of people to see that. And so he kind of masks with a smile. He masks in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I need you to know. People who didn't ask to come here, souls on the other side who didn't ask for this lifetime, but were tapped and asked to come help. A lot of times as children don't feel necessarily like they fit here.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. Because we're kids and we don't have the life experience in order to like verbalize all of this, sometimes it just gets jumbled as emotions and feelings within our heads that we don't know how to communicate.
Okay.
And so it's not like you have to go tell him, hey, you're a soul who didn't choose to come here. You
Yeah.
were tapped and asked to come.
Right.
Um, it's more about him learning to communicate what's inside.
Okay. Okay.
And also, the seraphim just said, him feeling like he has the place where he fits.
Mm. Okay.
So it's communication. And it's also feeling like there's a place where you fit in
Okay.
this life.
Okay.
My kiddo loves anime. There's like 3 people in her entire grade who love anime. Wants to go to all the anime conventions. Next year in middle school, wants to start an anime club. Like doesn't care what
Yeah.
anybody thinks. But because she has something she loves, she truly doesn't care what other people think. And it's so refreshing, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Um, and it's a card that they're taking from my mind and like passing across the table to you because they're like, he just needs those couple of things
Yeah.
that
Okay.
he really feels like, no, I love this. This fits with me.
Yeah. And we've struggled to find that for him. He has things he likes, but not loves, like the anime. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and your dad's coming through with this information because I think it's easy for us as parents to kind of fall into the way that we were raised. Like I remember taking E to soccer practice when she was like in first grade, and she just basically sat down in the middle of the field and was like,
Yeah.
"No,
Yes.
no." And I and my husband was like, "Well, just try it for this season and see." And I was like, "This ain't happening. Let's go see if we can get a refund from the park district to
Not
um
it.
invest in a different class." And so
Right.
that's what we did, and we ended up doing like pottery or something else, which she ended up loving, but there's no pushing them. They're strong willed, they're stubborn, they know themselves really, truly, and they're not willing to be something that they're not. So we can't force them to. I,
Agreed.
I think that you're 100% on, I know that you're 100% on board with this. Your husband is wonderful, but he can fall into that old skill
He can. Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes.
He
And
can.
so
Yeah.
just kind of being the bridge between the two of them sometimes,
Yeah.
um, they just need you to know that piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have a sister?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Younger sister.
Yeah. Um, are you guys close?
No. We are back in touch with one another since my dad passed.
Okay. Are you the older?
Yeah.
She's very stubborn. She's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
bullheaded. Um, your dad said leave an opening with
Okay.
her.
Okay.
An opening could be Christmas cards, a birthday card every year where you just write some nice things or a nice memory that you have from the past. Your dad said she doesn't know this, but there's going to be times where she needs you in the future more than she realizes.
Okay.
I think this is where they talk about in the Bible turning the other cheek because she's going to be one of those people that doesn't completely understand this as you get into it
Mm-hmm.
and yet not know how much she needs it in
Yeah.
the future.
Okay.
And it's not for you to do the healing in the future for her, but maybe you have students or other people that you have resources by then that you can
Okay.
send her to.
Okay.
She's going to do a full circle in this lifetime.
Got it.
She's going to do this full circle, kicking and screaming.
That makes a lot of sense. You're describing her to a T.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love her.
We do very much.
It's just she is here learning some lessons. And dad said compassion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Now were mom and dad together when dad? Okay.
No. Mm-mm.
Um, did they divorce when you guys were younger?
Yes.
But is she remarried?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I am not a person who filters my messages. Whatever they tell me is what they need you to know, and so that is what I bring through. There are times where we meet too young, or we're not in the right place within our lives, or we're supposed to come together and just live through lessons, but we're really deep soul mates.
Yeah.
He loves her through and through.
I know. He on his he t- he said I love you, Mary, to me, which is my mom's name, when he was passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very, very close as souls. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they will reconnect on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot there.
There is. There is. Oh my God. But his love for her is just overwhelming, like just so big and
Mm-hmm.
expansive.
That's very interesting because we found their wedding picture in his drawer when we were cleaning out his things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he sick at the end? I just keep, or was he in hospice at the
Mm-hmm.
end?
Yeah.
Um, But it was like a week that he was in hospice, or because it wasn't like a day and then
It was, yeah, it was quick because he was so young, but it was drawn out for a little while. Yeah.
okay. Um, because he said that you were on top of it the entire time. I feel like you were having to make calls or um talk to the doctors and kind of lead the charge on a couple
Mm-hmm.
of things. And he says thank you for everything that you did. Were you also the one that was responsible for kind of like wrapping up his estate?
Yeah.
He said that was not easy whatsoever. And he also apologizes because he said he didn't have things in as good of order as he would have liked to for you. He said, I just didn't know that that's how you were supposed to do it all. Um, but he really thanks you because he said that was a lot of time. That was a lot of energy. That was a lot for you to go through.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I needed to hear that from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, he kind of transitions into this other topic that he wants to talk about too, which is you also learned a lot through his passing, not about the estate piece, about what it is to be a soul here on earth and to leave the physical body and what that feels like. And he said, you're such an empath to the highest degree that you experienced his passing. I
Mm-hmm.
want to say almost to a similar level that he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
understand that?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It all, yeah, that all makes perfect sense, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
He said that you and he had a very strong connection, even that when you were a little kid, like he saw you, like he truly saw you, he truly knew you
Yeah.
from the time that you were really little,
Mm-hmm.
and you really saw him. And he said, it's hard to describe as an adult what it's like to have that comfort, but that you can even find, it's not like in a weird way, it was just like the deepest father soul bond
Yeah.
or father
Yeah.
daughter
Father,
bond.
daughter. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was for a good long while. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the energy of the relationship that he carries and holds between you two now.
Mm.
And it's what he wants you to remember. I want to leave you with this one last piece, which is When I do this work and I do my sessions, my dad and my grandma Harris are right there as a bridge, making a connection, a very strong connection between my client's spirit team, my spirit team, and me, so that the message can come in very, very crystal clear. This is something that I teach in the Angel Reiki school, but I'm not a pusher. You can go through any school that you want to go through. When you start to step into sessions with people and your dad is right there, it's not him trying to communicate with you in that moment. It's him being the bridge between you, your client, and your own spirit team to bring through with maximum clarity exactly what it is that the client needs to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really a good piece of information.
Yay!
Little tidbit.
Yay! Thank you so much for spending this time with me today.
Thank you. I thank you. This was much needed. I kept saying to my friend, I just need a good word. And this is exactly a lot of things kind of wrapped up for me. So thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Of course. Beautiful soul, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Julie. You know I'm all about connecting you with messages from your angels and loved ones on the other side. If you've been listening today and you're super excited and just have to know which angels are around you right now, who's connecting with you, and what messages they have for you, go to theangelmedium.com. Register for a session. You can do a reading with me or a member of my team, and we can help you in making sure that your angels are doing the very best they can to support you and guide you to your best life. If this sounds like you, virtual sessions, they're only offered on my website. Sign up today. And if you're the person who's really excited, you can sign up for my Angel Reiki School to become a certified angel messenger. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn Reiki, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and how to get clients. That's the Angel Reiki School at theangelmedium.com, or DM me on Instagram at Angel Podcast with any questions. Before you go, connect with your angels by placing your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath. Imagine a doorway filled with God's unconditional love is right in front of you. Step into that love and feel it as it fills your body, chakras, and auric field. Now ask your angels, what would you have me know today? And open yourself to the positive, loving messages they have just for you.